Mostly when we work in Premiere, you will obviously do your editing in the timeline window. However, a lot of the work will also happen in the effects control window up here to the left, which you can either get to by clicking on the editing workspace, or you can also go to this drop down menu and jump in between audio clip mixer, for instance, and effects control. So I'll just click on that so we get back to that. There we go. So in this window, I can work with the size and position of something. So I can move the position here of the clip, or I can work with the size like this. I can also work with the rotation of it, and I want to do this and so forth. And also a crucial here, I can work with the opacity of something. And this makes sense if I add something else to this. So if I go and get myself another picture here of some sort. Let's try that. And so I now have a JPEG on top of this, and if I now reduce the opacity of this, I can now get my second clip here to kind of shine through, so you can use this for various effects and various transitions. The other bit that we can work with also in this window is keyframes, and keyframes can be used for many different things. Some of these keyframes are already engaged here. You can see that they've clicked on this little watch here. And if I show you how this works, so essentially if we start here, the first one, and then I'm going to delete this first one here. So we're back to 100 opacity, and then I'm going to add a keyframe there, and then we'll move it along a little bit, and then I'm going to add another keyframe here. I can do that either by clicking on this add remove keyframe, or I can simply just make a change. So if I then scroll this down, so now if we play this back, go to the beginning, you'll see how this window will become gradually more and more opaque, like that. So with keyframes, most of this stuff can be keyframed. So I can turn on here for scale, for instance, and let's say that we scale this in. So let's start with a lower scale, and then move forwards a bit, and then go back to the original scale, and then play that back. So this is how you add keyframes, and there are also ways of automating this to a certain extent, but this is obviously slightly more advanced. Okay.